Hey, so today I'm going to talk about goal setting, and I'm actually getting into it right now myself, and I've been working on, setting a few ambitious goals on my end, and I just wanted to do a vlog on this because I think this is really critical. A lot of people don't look at goal setting as like an important thing, but every successful person in this world, at least the ultra successful, they work on a goal setting mechanism for them. So I'll just document what I do and share this with you. So last couple days I've been just writing out as many goals as I can think of on a piece of paper. So this is what I've got right here, just a bunch of different things written out, and it's just pretty much scribble. But what I do with this is I'll take the entire list of all the things I want to do. It could be, buy something, be a certain amount of pounds, um, get a certain exercise goal, like running a half marathon. So I've got all of this written out, and I go pretty in depth with the amount of goals I've got. And what I'll do is I'll take the goals that I should be accomplishing within the next year, and I actually make notes, and I go more in depth with the short-term goals. I set timelines and actually, write out more of the process behind them. But the first step is writing it all out on a piece of paper. You might need several pieces, and you just write whatever comes to mind. So that's what I've done, and then I take the ones that are short term and I put a little bit more meat to them. So that's what I would really recommend that you do, and it's such a simple way to just get everything out of your head and on paper. I find that this is way better than writing it out on the computer. What you can do is after you're finished writing it out and you've chosen the goals that you want to go after, you can write those out in depth on a computer. I personally like the journal. I like the idea of having it on the paper because then I can continually look at it every single day. That's the other thing, is you want to look at your immediate goals every day so that you're always on track. They're always top of mind. You want to be looking at them literally every day, because then that'll push you forward to reaching your goals. And I also should mention that you want to categorize the goals. So I actually have 5 categories that I go for when I'm setting up goals so that I'm not like overwhelmed with a bunch of them. So here are the 5 that I use. I go with business/career. So whether you work for somebody or you work for yourself, you want a business/career goal. I also have a relationships goal, so who I'm talking to, who I socialize with, different steps I want to take with maybe my girlfriend or my family. So I've got a relationships goal. Finance goal. You want to look at your money and how much are you saving, how much are you budgeting each month. So you actually want to have a financial goal as to how much you want to be making. And you want to get clear on that. You want to be like, oh, I want to make $20,000. Write that down. That way it's top of mind, and you're figuring out all the steps you need to take to get there if you write that down. So that's what I would recommend, is the financial. The other thing would be health. Health is really critical, and we just often overlook it because we're too busy either working the 9 to 5 or we're like pulling out like 16-hour days, and we don't have the time to exercise. And what I like to do is I like to do the exercise in the morning, get it over with so that it's out of my mind. It's taken care of because I feel great after I exercise. So set some fitness goals. You want to lose X number of pounds by this date. Make sure you put that in, and you build out the week by week or the day by day process to get to that goal. Health goals are really challenging because people get really vague with the goals, but what I found that's worked is, I set a goal to get a certain time in a race. I signed up for the race, so I literally paid like $150 for this race so that it would encourage me to be healthy and work towards that goal. It's actually a fantastic way is to set this race in a couple months down the road. If you pay for it, you're more likely to go after your health goals to achieve that race time that you're going for. So you pay for that ticket up front, and you don't want to waste $150. So you're motivated every day to work towards that goal. I know for me, I was looking to do the marathon, so I set this really ambitious goal. And it's awesome because you get to set what time that you estimate that you'll run that particular marathon. So I put a pretty ambitious goal of like 3.5 hours. And I've been working more and more towards that time. Before I didn't think it was possible, but because I set it and then I paid for the ticket, I'm like, well, I have to do this. Like it's something I have to look at every day. So I kind of like that reinforcement that, you're invested in it. You invest in something, you're more likely to go for it. Another goal category would be spiritual. I think it's really critical to figure out an activity that you do every day that really keeps you aware of what you're thinking about, how positive you are, the things you're grateful for. You actually want to have that going through your head. You want to be thinking about these things so that you're sharp, that your mind is focused. And, whether it be meditation or maybe you're running repetitively around a field with the same song playing over and over again, you want to do all of this stuff. This repetitive motion actually is really great because it keeps you really on focus, on point, and determined to reach your goal. So I think I got the 5 there. We're talking relationships, we're talking career and business, spiritual, finance, health. So there's the 5 right there that you really want to nail down. So you take that list of goals that you've written out on paper and you kind of feed them into whichever categories. Ideally, you want to take 5 goals and just eliminate everything else. It's like the Warren Buffett rule. Complete those 5 goals before you add a bunch of other ones so that you're not overwhelming yourself. It's so easy to have information overload, especially with goals that you want to accomplish. So take the 5 that you want to go after, write it down, and set up the process. The process is the most critical part to reach your goal. So you've listed your 5 goals. Now you want to hit the process to reach each goal. And you're essentially reverse engineering the goal that you've set. So you've got this goal, you have to reverse engineer it. It's like, what does a 4-hour marathon look like? Well, you have to map it out up to that point so that okay, like the week before the marathon, this is where I should be at. 2 weeks before the marathon, this is where I should be at. So stuff like that. Even the same with like your business. Well, I should have X number of dollars in Y month or Z month, So you have to really map out the process behind reaching those goals. It's one thing to write it down, but you actually have to have the steps to just be like, okay, this is easy. I just have to follow the steps and I'll get there. So it's really important that you follow something, some sort of a process. Otherwise, it's very vague. We're gonna get you away from dreamy and vague and, pie in the sky thinking. We want critical thinking towards your goals. And then you also have to know why you're setting these goals. The why is probably the most critical piece because it gets you up in the morning. If you have a goal that's not getting you excited, it doesn't really cause any butterflies or it doesn't cause any discomfort, it means that maybe it's not ambitious, maybe it's not a passionate goal of yours. Revise it, readjust it, get focused on a goal that gets you up in the morning. Why are you doing it? What benefit does it have on your life? Is it fulfilling your life? Those are the questions you have to ask yourself when you're setting these goals. So really, consider why. Why is this goal so important? You figure that out, it'll be the driving force for your goal setting efforts. So these are all the tips that I can really think of just on the fly here. I think I've given you some really in-depth tips on how I'm setting goals and how you can really take what I've done and hopefully implement it into your lifestyle. And if you really enjoy what I've said here, definitely keep following along. I love putting out videos, so this is one of many. Thanks.